All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. So the first story, Keone Pearson. I've got an exclusive physique update for you guys from Keone himself. He DM'd me this earlier today. Front double bicep and back double bicep from Keone as he trains for his next 212 show, hopefully in an attempt to qualify for the next 212 Mr. Olympia. As you guys may or may not know, he won the Chicago Pro 212 category, qualifying him for the 2020 212 Mr. Olympia, chose to pass on the 212 Mr. Olympia in 2020 and focus on further developing his physique and growing into the 212 category. So this is the latest and most up-to-date physique update from Keone. Now, I've said this before, and I've said it when Keone was in Classic Physique. Keone is one of my favorite bodybuilders right now, period. Just from a structure standpoint, what Keone brings to the stage, I think is what has been missing for a very long time. Keone has damn near a perfect structure, some of the best genetics that we've ever seen for bodybuilding. I believe, everything he said about training naturally and competing naturally up until the point that he did. Keone is gifted, and as far as bodybuilding is concerned, whether it be Classic Physique, whether it be 212, whether it be Men's Open, genetics plays a heavy portion, whether people want to admit it or not. And I think Keone, honestly, this is the reason why I talk so much about Keone. I think, his genetics are just, they're superior. Keone has one of the best structures, one of the best genetically gifted athletes that I've seen in a very long time. And B, I think his potential is limitless. As he adds muscle to his frame, as he gets better and more experienced in terms of coming in with a little bit grainier, crisper conditioning, I think Keone's future in bodybuilding in the very near future, this isn't something that I think is going to take Keone years and years to develop. I think Keone is going to be dominant. I think really if he's able to nail conditioning in 212, because as we've seen the past 2 years of the 212 Mr. Olympia, and even when Flex Lewis was winning, conditioning has become a very, very sharp point of focus. I mean, look at Sean Clarita. He won the 212 Mr. Olympia this year. Arguably one of the smallest guys, if not the smallest guy in the 212 Olympia. But his conditioning was so insane. You couldn't argue anybody else to win the show. Now, granted, Sean also had an incredible physique, but his conditioning was just so good. He was undeniable. And I think if the day that we see that from Keone Pearson, and he's had pretty good conditioning in the past, I'm not saying he hasn't, but 212 is a little bit of a higher standard. The day that Keone brings that, I think Keone could be an undeniable 212 Mr. Olympia champion. I think he could have done it in Classic Physique too, because obviously his physique is very well suited towards Classic Physique. But I think Keone, with added size, filling out into a category like 212, I think we're going to see one of the best physiques we've ever seen. And I don't say that just because I'm a fan of Keone. I really believe that Keone has all the potential in the world to take this as far as he wants to take it. I've seen Keone say before, he wants to retire before he's 30 or something like that, from bodybuilding, from competing at least. I think he's a little bit younger than me. I'm 27. I want to say he's around 25. So he's still got 5 years. Keone, I see him winning the 212 Olympia within 5 years easily. Now, Keone also said in his message, I believe his exact words were, "No show in mind, I'm just growing until the end of the year." So, no show confirmed for Keone. So who knows if he's even going to compete in 2021, which honestly, I'm fine with as long as he is spending that time wisely and really improving his physique. If the next time that we see Keone on stage, we see the best version of Keone ever, then by all means, take as much time as you need to develop that. But honestly, of all the bodybuilders that we see get hyped up, get talked about, get social media famous, Keone is the one that I really think deserves that hype. From a genetic standpoint, like I said, one of the best structures that we have seen in an extremely long time. And I don't say that lightly, and I really want to make that clear. I think Keone is going to have a fantastic future in 212. And he will be Mr. Olympia one day in one division or another. You can quote me on that. Now, next up in the news, Patrick Moore. Patrick Moore with another physique update showing off his recent off-season gains. Patrick is someone that obviously we're all looking at after this past year's competition season. Not the best placings from Patrick, not really where a lot of people were expecting him to place. And again, the main criticism seemed to be he was getting overlooked because he wasn't big enough, so the focus of his offseason this time around is to put on more size And to me, it looks like he is doing exactly that. From the couple of physique updates that we've seen from Patrick so far, to me, there does seem to be a significant increase, whether it's just fullness, whether it's muscle mass. He looks bigger to me for sure. And Patrick is another guy. He gets a lot of hype. I've hyped up Patrick, but again, going back to Keone, dude, if Keone were taller almost, I'd make an argument for him, in men's open bodybuilding. But Patrick almost has a similar structure to Keone, not to the extent that Keone does, but Patrick is looking pretty good as well. And now, a word from our sponsors. All right, guys, today's video is sponsored by Built Bar. Now, I was pretty excited for this sponsorship because Built Bar is not your average protein bar. Even far before they ever offered to sponsor a video, I tried this a couple years back, and they're a really unique, really flavorful bar. And the unique flavors are really what attracted me to this brand initially. They've got flavors like orange. That's a flavor I remember trying a few years ago. Mint brownie, peanut butter brownie. I already ate all the peanut butter ones out of there. Banana nut bread really surprised me. That was pretty good. Caramel brownie, carrot cake, cherry barcia, coconut almond, coconut cookies and cream, double chocolate, raspberry, salted caramel, toffee, almond, and more flavors. And I'm not just saying this because they're sponsoring the video. Even the fruity flavors mixed with chocolate that you might not expect to be good really impress me. And every one of these flavored bars is under 200 calories, and most of them are in the 17 to 20 grams of protein range. So if you want to try one of the 18 flavors of Built Bar, click the link below. And if you want to help support the channel, click the link below because these sponsorships help out a great deal. So give Built Bar a try. You won't regret it. Now, next up in the news, if you guys saw this recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, in this one, he interviewed Michael Malice. This was episode 1608. And in the middle of that episode, they had an interesting discussion, primarily around the topic of chocolate body, where Joe talks about how ridiculous he thinks it is that these bodybuilders use this super dark tan on stage. Is something that Joe's talked about multiple times before. And in the middle of the interview, Michael actually DMs Antoine Vaillant. Antoine's the one that actually sent me this to begin with, and it was a pretty interesting video, and it was kind of cool to see it on Joe Rogan's show. Now, I'm pretty sure I can't show you a clip from this because now that Joe Rogan is on Spotify, they're being really strict with his clips being shared to YouTube, so I don't think you can use any Joe Rogan clips on YouTube with the Spotify deal, which is unfortunate. But also, in addition to discussing Antoine Vaillant, they briefly discussed the 2020 Mr. Olympia, but also the topic comes up of men's physique. And the interesting part about this is Joe had no idea there was a category in bodybuilding, or in the IFBB, I guess you should say, where they didn't show their legs. And Joe thought it was the funniest thing ever that there was a division for guys in board shorts that did not show their legs. It was kind of interesting to see just a layman, kind of normal person, outsider perspective. Joe's like, what's the point? Why would you even have a division if you're not going to show your legs? Bodybuilding is bodybuilding. Why have a board shorts division? I thought it was kind of an interesting perspective and an interesting take on Joe's part. So I will give you guys Joe's direct quote here. So Michael Malice is talking. He says, they don't show the quads because they're in board shorts. And Joe says, what? Wait a minute. This is nonsense. Wait a minute. They don't show their effing quads. They wear board shorts. Rogan responded, perplexed. This is real? What's going on? Why are they wearing board shorts? What the F is this? That is so strange. The stage outfit is board shorts. It's hilarious. So it was kind of cool because honestly, I thought Joe had a little bit of knowledge because he's interviewed Ronnie Coleman. He's interviewed Dorian Yates. So I thought he might be a little bit familiar with the IFBB, but I thought it was kind of hilarious that he had no idea men's physique even existed, even having interviewed these past Mr. Olympia champions in bodybuilding. But also, if you want to weigh in on the chocolate body discussion, I'm not going to touch it, but kind of an interesting discussion that was also a part of this podcast, but you guys can weigh in on that as well in the comment section below if you guys want. Now, the final story that I have for you guys today, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. A lot of people are posting this. This was posted by Who is the Best BB on Instagram. Some more speculation as to whether or not GoodVito photoshops his pictures on Instagram. This is a side-by-side comparison, supposedly, of the edited picture, which was posted by GoodVito, and supposedly the real picture, evidently showing some pretty clear alterations to the photo on the left-hand side. So this one has been kind of a controversial topic, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have a look at this side-by-side comparison. Have a look at GoodVito's Instagram. Have a look at some videos of how he actually looked on stage. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is part of the hype behind GoodVito potentially due to the fact that he might possibly be photoshopping some of his pictures, or maybe a lot of them? Personally, I think this side-by-side is pretty condemning. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did in fact enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet already. As always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out.